Don't play with it, don't be dishonest. Ay, still not understanding.
Hey you guys, it's me, Drika K, and I'm back with another video. As y'all can tell by this thumbnail and the title of the video that I'm about to be addressing some comments from my viral video from TikTok moments after I gave birth to my daughter, Carly. Alright, for those of y'all that don't know what video I'm talking about, I'm gonna put it on the screen right now. Ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I know this don't make you feel no better, but at least you got to hold your baby. Some people don't even get a chance to.
Yeah.
Hold her as long as y'all want to visit, but I'm going to fix you a little packet thing.
Okay.
Have some little keepsake thing.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm glad you're holding her too, so
Right.
that helps you kind of
Yes, ma'am.
come to grips with everything for me.
Okay.
But
Okay, so yeah, that was the video that went viral on TikTok that I posted. I can't remember what year, but I'm sure it'll tell me on TikTok. But these were a couple of comments that I just threw up in the air, and I just decided to address them. For the most part, they're all positive comments, and to be honest, I only saw one kind of like a negative comment, but not really so much of negative. It was just somebody simply stating their opinion, and I mean, that's fine. But we're just gonna get right into it. The first one that I saw was, and I'm gonna also put these on the screen as well, this not something to be recording in my opinion. When I first saw the comment, I'm just thinking like, sis, who asked you for your opinion? Now that's just me being me, but like, on a lighter note, I understand that, you know, the video may have made some people feel uneasy, and I know that it was not a very easy thing to watch for some people. And we live in a world where people share so much in this world and so much of the wrong things, but I shared that video that day because I was just going through a lot, and I just I was missing my daughter, and I was just like really just showing love to her. So I did what any mother would do, you know, post a picture of their child. The only difference is my child was not alive, and you know, more commonly when mothers, you know, want to show love to their kids, they post pictures of their kids that are living, but that's not my case. So that day I just, you know, it was just a way to like, you know, get my story out as well. But I wasn't even really thinking like that. Back then when I posted that video, I was showing love to my daughter because I was going to end my life in a couple of days. But I woke up that next morning, and I realized like how much love I had received from my video. I realized that I had a lot of positive comments, and I decided to stay. So I mean, I get it. She feels like this is something that should not be posted on the internet, but we live in a different time. Get over it. I pray that my story will help a lot of people that may have, you know, gone through what I've gone through. And yeah, that's about it. Moving on to the next one. Sorry, but I would have been a mess. So sorry for your loss. If we can be completely real in the video, a lot of people, and I couldn't even really find the comment because there was so many comments, and there was a lot. Like, there was like 48K comments and 683.9K likes, and I got like in the millions with my views. But anyway, the person said, sorry, but I would have been a mess. So sorry for your loss. Thanks for the condolences. And to be honest, I was a mess. As you can see in the video, it was almost like I was showing no kind of emotion. And there was actually, like I said, a comment that I could not find. I remember seeing it and just like, you know what, I'm just gonna let them think whatever they want to think. But someone had said that I didn't look like I was hurt enough. It looks like I was completely unfazed. I was in a state of shock. Like, I just could not believe that I had gone a full 9 months and my baby didn't make it. So I was just, you know, I really was out of it. And to be honest, the days following after the death of my daughter was really the mess that, you know, people may have wanted to have seen on the video. But it was like I was in a state of shock. But thanks for the condolences. Somebody said, wow, you being so polite and kind. At that point, I didn't even have it in me to even be angry. There was nothing to even be angry about. Like I said, I was in a state of shock. I don't really like to talk about it much, but if you know, you know. I was harassed my entire 9 months of my pregnancy, you know, saying things like they would harm me and that they would harm my baby and, you know, things of that nature. Don't really want to talk about it, leaving it in the past. But it was just like, you know, for that to have happened to me and then this happens, like, I was completely blown. Like, wow. You know, and I just feel like now I keep a lot of things private because people really will, you know, talk down on you and, you know, but I do understand that, you know, like everything happens for a reason now. But, yeah, I was being polite and kind because that's the only way I know to be. I'm not a rude person at all. I have never been a mean girl, so I was just doing what I was always raised to do, and that's just show respect to anybody, no matter the situation. This one right here, it came from a guy. This message right here, this comment I'm about to read, it says, I can't lie, as a father, I would have lost it. You definitely strong because I don't think I would have been able to speak after this experience. I actually think I did kind of go mute for a couple of days. If I was not speaking, I was crying. So it definitely was a hard experience for me. When I tell you completely lost all faith in God, I completely lost all faith in God. I gave up on myself. I gave up on life. I was just, you know, completely out of it. Excuse Zealand, y'all, because his toy is up under that chair and I'm not about to go get it for him. Because he does this every day. But, I thought that this comment was interesting because it's from a guy. And he was like, I can't lie as a father. And I feel like it's just really refreshing to hear that coming from a male's perspective. Because, again, I don't want to live in the past. But if you know, you know. I have been struggling with trying to actually understand how my baby daddy feels about the entire situation. Because he just does not, I mean, I guess I don't understand his feelings. And I mean, I do understand that everybody handles things differently, but it's almost as if he is emotionless. And I have not really saw much, you know, emotion from him. Not saying that I want to see him down like how I did, because I mean, it's just good to see that someone is, you know, holding up strong, even though I went through the entire process by myself. But I just think that it was kind of, this comment was kind of refreshing to, you know, hear that from a male's, you know, standpoint, because I always felt like, you know, like that's just guys. But I'm just very thankful to see this comment, to know that a father out here, you know, values their children so much to the point where if something were to happen to them, that they would feel, that they would show emotion. So, you know. Oh, so sorry for your loss. You have a very kind, calm spirit after going through this, my God. And again, it just all boils down to me being in a state of shock, and that's just, you know, naturally who I am. I don't really lose my cool, so for me to, like, you know, just kind of lose my cool, right? Hold on, y'all. Let me go get this toy because he's crying now. I don't like to hear my baby crying. What is you trying to get? But yeah, it just all boils down to my character. And like I said, I'm not the type to like really lose my cool. And I mean, like in that very moment at that time, I didn't know what to do. I just know that, like, you know, my baby didn't make it, and that was all I knew. I went through this 7 years ago after burying my 7-year-old 2 years before. The pain of losing your child never goes away, but it'll get easier. So after reading this, I guess, okay, I went through this 7 years ago after burying my 7-year-old 2 years before. Okay, so I'm guessing that this is I know that this is an angel mom as well. I'm a little confused when she said I went through this 7 years ago. So 7 years ago she went through this after burying her 7-year-old 2 years before. So I'm guessing that she had a 7-year-old that passed away. OMG. And then she had a stillborn. That's what I'm getting from this. But my heart goes out to this mother right now, and I pray that she has peace that surpasses all understanding right now, because that is something really rough to experience something like that back to back. Like, I wouldn't even be able to imagine or stomach having to go through this again. So my heart goes out to this mama, and I'm so sorry, but I pray that all is well for her right now, and that I pray that she's being kind to herself, and judging by the fact she said, but it'll get easier. I'm guessing that, you know, times have gotten a little easier for her. So that's always great to hear. It's always motivation to hear, you know, other angel moms that say that they are, you know, that they're better and they're stronger now. So kudos to her. You so strong. I would have broke down. Girl, if only you knew. If only you knew. What the camera didn't get, life got after the camera turned off. Like, I didn't really break down for real until after I buried my daughter. After her funeral, that's when it got worse for me, for real. And I think it was probably like 3 days after I left the hospital was when we had her funeral, I want to say. But trust me, after the funeral, I broke down, because at that point, like, it was real. Like, I didn't take my baby home. There is no baby at all. Like, I'm not a mom anymore. So that's when it, you know, it just kind of hit for real, for reality set in after her funeral. I'm sorry for your loss. God sees every tear, and believe me, he got you. I love this comment because, believe me, I believe that the Lord has me. Like, there has been like little small things that the Lord has been doing for me, you know, over the time. And it's just amazing to witness my growth, you know, because I never would have thought that I would be here right now at this point, you know, especially praising and worshiping the Lord the way I am. So I truly believe that he has something special for me. I just pray that he continues to keep me on the right track and to keep me covered and continue to renew my strength and my faith, so that I can continue to walk this thing out, so that he may get the glory out of my life, Lord. Thank you, Jesus. And thanks for the condolences. You are a beautiful soul to have such a kind spirit after this. I pray that God heals your heart and give you the desires of your heart. Prayers. Thank you so much for the prayers. And I truly feel like that the Lord is about to do something so amazing for me in my life. I truly feel like the desires of my heart are about to come true. So I truly thank you for, you know, commenting this and, you know, just recognizing my spirit, because after going through this, I really thought that I had turned into like this evil person, because I was like shutting everybody out of my life. Like, I had adapted like certain ways. Like, my heart did get a little hard through going through this. My heart was hardened. But one day I just was like, I don't want to have this hard heart anymore. And so I started to pray. So thank you. Girl, despite what you were going through in those moments, you were so darn polite to all of the hospital staff. I am truly amazed by your heart. And this is something that I forgot to mention. You know, everybody was saying how polite I was, and I was very polite. But, however, in some ways, I did kind of give a little attitude to, I want to say it was the nurses that was overnight, and those were the worst nurses that I could have ever had. One of them, I can't remember her face nor her name, but I really wish that I could, because I would like to tell her, like, you really made that experience 10 times worse for me. She never came and checked on me. She made me feel like I was aggravating her. She seemed very agitated. She tried to tell me that I should not be feeling my legs when I could. I know I had the epidural, but somehow it wore off and I could feel my legs and I could move them. And she just was, she made it 10 times worse, because I already don't like to feel like I'm a bother to anyone. So for me to be going through that, and then I felt like I was bothering her, it just made me feel icky. So I was very polite, but to some of those nurses, I did kind of somewhat start to give them my behind to kiss. I became very nonchalant, and like when they would come in, I just kind of wasn't speaking to them, like, you know. But yeah, they really didn't get what they were supposed to get, to be honest, because them night nurses, they had it coming. But it wasn't the time. I didn't even have the energy in me to even show my behind like that, like to really get on them. Like at this point, I'm just like, life is short. I just lost my daughter. I don't want to fight. I don't want to be angry. You are so brave for sharing this. No one should have to go through that pain. And see, this is what I'm talking about. I hope that when people see that video, they see the bravery in the video. I don't want them to look and be like, in my opinion, this ain't nothing to share. I'm not trying to scare nobody. I'm not trying to make nobody feel no type of way. I'm not trying to make nobody feel sorry for me. I just want to inspire someone that may be going through this, you know, and I just want to, you know, like, allow the Lord to show the world that and no matter what situation, how bad it may look, he can and he will get the glory out of the situation. So that's really why, you know, I post my content, because I have gone through the worst of the worst. I have been down. I have tried to commit suicide. I have done drugs. I have tried to drink myself to death. Like, I was at the bottom of the bottom. And I mean, look at me now. I mean, I'm not at the highest of the highest, but my spirit is at the highest of the highest. Like, I can be there. I feel it coming, you know. So yeah, I could never be that strong. I would die of sadness. I thought I was gonna die of sadness. I'm not gonna lie, I really did. My condolences, but why is this on Facebook? To be honest, sweetheart, this is not Facebook. This is TikTok. I don't know what this person had going on this day. You know, saying that why is this on Facebook? It's not Facebook, it's TikTok. But thanks for the condolences. How was you like feeling at that moment? At that moment, I was in complete shock. Like, oh my God, my baby didn't make it. You know, and then thinking about those messages, being harassed, I felt sawed up. I felt sawed up, like, for real. I couldn't believe that lady said, at least you get to hold him. What was she thinking saying that, okay, at least you get to hold him? She said, at least you get to hold her. My baby was a little girl, and that was my sister, and she didn't mean any harm by saying that. What she basically was just trying to be, she was trying to be confident, and then at that time, I didn't even look at it the way that, you know, this person is, you know, putting it, you know, I didn't think, my sister didn't mean any harm by what she said. She just simply said, at least you get to hold her. Because some people don't get to hold their babies, regardless of whether my baby died or not. There are some people that are pregnant, they have miscarriages, you know, early on, and they don't get to hold their babies, you know. So I'm very blessed that I was able to birth my baby vaginally and hold her, despite the circumstances. My sister meant no harm from that, and I didn't even take it that way. But, you know. Just seeing this, you were so dissociated, and I could tell turned all emotions off and was numb. I pray you found healing since then. This broke my heart just hearing you talk. Now this is a person that gets it. I was dissociated. I had completely stepped out of my life, and I was just watching it, you know, and I was numb. And I have found a lot of healing since then. That was 5 years ago. And I just want to say thank you to this person for being concerned and just getting it. Thank you. I'm so sorry. Today I had a miscarriage. My whole world fell apart. My heart goes out to this lady because she literally posted this in 2021, and this was the month of August, on the 24th. So my heart goes out to this woman, and I pray that she has found some kind of healing in what she has gone through. My heart goes out to her, and all of my love and my light to this mother. And then this one last one, and I'll be done. One of the hardest things about being a stillborn mommy is always asking yourself, what if, constantly on repeat. And that is so true. Like, a lot of times when I'm walking down aisles in the store and then like I see baby stuff, I'm just like, you know, like, what if my baby would have been here? And then like seeing the girls that I was pregnant with around the time, seeing their kids and seeing them getting their children, you know, ready for school, and just, you know, watching like, you know, them post pictures of their kids. I'm definitely like, you know, like, what if Carly would have made it, you know? So yeah, that is one of the hardest parts about, you know, the entire journey, is just, you know, looking at people, you know, raising their kids right now, the ones that I was pregnant with. You know, I think a girl that I was pregnant with around the time, she literally stays right around the corner from me, and I often see her, you know, taking her little girl to school, and sometimes I'm just like, I wonder if Carly would have been in her little girl's class, you know. So, you know, it's little things like that, you know, kind of gets to me, but it's okay. All is well. Everything happens for a reason, and I can really say that right now with a sound mind and a clear heart, with full understanding of that. So yeah, that is the ending of this video of me addressing certain comments from my viral stillborn mommy video. I'm out, you guys.